Yo, so guys, politics. Yeah.
Okay. Welcome everybody to the Not Very Good with Words podcast. I'm Level 9. Joining me today is Foptop, BeterBan, and Himegoto. I think that's his name. He wants to go by. I hope. Okay.
Wait, what's his name again?
Himegoto?
Isn't it Himegoto?
I mean it can be, but it won't be something he likes. So guys, how are you all doing?
Melee's my new religion. That's new.
Okay. Foptop, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good. You know, I ate some shrimp today. Saw my dad. Playing some games now. Talking to people.
Yo, how was that shrimp?
Oh.
It was alright. It was mid shrimp. It wasn't that good.
Like mid shrimp?
Know,
what do you mean?
Like, you know, you got some like fire shrimp, and then some shrimp is mid. It all depends on how you cook it.
Is it from the Mediterranean?
Yeah, the Mediterranean, of course.
Oh my god.
That's the quality you used today.
Man, they were not lying when they said this was the Not So Good with Words podcast.
Yeah, we're not good with semantics.
Well, I mean, who is? So, Foptop, how's the raid leading going?
It's going. World of Warcraft is grief, dude. It's such a dumb game. So you have to like go around and get these world buffs, right? These world buffs make your character incredibly powerful, but you lose them on death. And also you can do something called dispel somebody, like certain classes can dispel you. And some of your world buffs that are like super important for raiding, people can just like hit a button and take them off. So basically my Tuesday experience is acting like a schizophrenic, like everyone's out to get me, and I'm just trying to protect my fucking buffs so some alliance priest doesn't just drive by me or some shit.
So they can just put spells on you and take away everything?
They take your buffs away. It takes me like 2 hours to get my buffs, and somebody can hit a button twice and take them away.
So is that like only because they're griefing you, or is there any other reason somebody would do that?
No, it's literally just a grief. Like, Horde players will get another account and then go on the Alliance and level one of these classes that can do this just to fuck with people that they know. Just to, like, ruin your day.
Yo, sounds
like they'll do it for, like,
Warcraft.
Drama reasons and shit, man. I don't know why I'm still playing this game. I think I'm in too deep at this point.
How many hours do you have?
Oh, God, I don't know. I mean, like,
you've been playing since, like, October.
Yeah, I've put in too much time into this shit, man.
Is it an everyday thing at this point?
Yeah, most days.
I can't log on a Battle.net where I don't see Foptops playing, like, World of Warcraft. Seems like every day.
Yeah, now we're in, like, when we're in the Discord, I look up and see if Fop's online, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's in his church.
That's how you know you're in the correct Discord. One of the first key signs is that high Ash Ketchum.
Grinding Hash Ketchum, actually.
Is that what that is?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's Hash Ketchum.
I've always just looked at that and it's like,
he's got red eyes. Dude, he's got red eyes and there's a giant smoke cloud behind him.
It wasn't until today I had actually never clicked on it and I didn't see it in depth. I just thought it was just normal Ash, but boy was I wrong.
So are you the leader of your like raids now, I'm guessing, based on earlier?
No, I'm just an officer. I'm in charge of the healers. That's basically all I do.
Healers.
Well, are you still playing the what is it?
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, I play a heal bitch as shaman.
Sorry, yeah, with shaman. I haven't played
Resident
the game
heal
since
bitch.
like December.
That was only like last month.
Yeah, no, it's like only like the last 7 months ago.
It's 7 months, 1 month, yesterday, today. They're all the same. Time's not real.
If you multiply 7 times 1, you get 7.
7 days ago, I became a man.
Quick math.
Becoming a man means you can play World of Warcraft every day. Foptop.
You finally become a man, level 9?
Yeah, it only took
After all
18
these
years.
How are you still playing the same character after like these many months?
Oh, I'm not. That's just the character I rate on. I have 4 other characters that are 60.
Do you have to buy new accounts to do that? Is it like
No,
Overwatch?
you can do it on the same account.
Okay,
I do
cool.
have several accounts though.
Did you? So wait, you bought like other accounts?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's a hardcore WoW man.
No, I
Yo, do you
understand.
Do you finally have an alliance character on Balmu?
No, not yet.
Dang.
But I need multiple characters because I have to log out to like preserve my buffs. Because when you're logged out, your buffs don't
They don't.
you only have a buff for like 2 hours, right? But if you log out, you're gonna like keep the time on your buff, and it's not gonna go down. So half of the time, my main character is not even like able to be played outside of raids.
Oh,
What about you guys? What have you guys been up to?
Melee.
It's kind of like
Melee.
level 9 and in Realm when you use a Clover. It's like
So-
you don't want to play with them in the normal realm. You just want to use them in dungeons.
yeah, I hadn't used my archer in like a month because I have a clover on him,
Exactly.
and I just don't ever want to touch him if I'm not opening chest. What have I been up to? I've been making my game. If you guys didn't know, I was making a game.
What's the
What's
game
it called?
about?
Yeah, what's it about? What's it
Game's
called?
called Last Step. It's a horror game. It's first-person horror. It's about a kid. It's not really a kid. It's like some dude in his 20s. His grandpa died, and his will was left on the last step of his house, or walking up his house. And like you're supposed to go get it in order to read your grandfather's will, and paranormal shit happens, and then you get scared. Hopefully,
Do you have to collect all pages while
No,
the
it's not like
boogeyman chases
Slenderman.
you?
it's
Alright,
kind of. It's gonna be more. How Resident Evil 7 has a good example of this, where you're walking down hallways, and the hallways are always like changing. Even though some of them probably won't do anything to you, they're just like changing to out of the normal, and they're pretty scary. And I want something to that effect, even if
Is it a-
something's not chasing you. What's up?
Oh, is it a first-person game, or are you doing
Yeah,
like
it's
a
a first
third-person? Okay. What's the game engine?
Unreal 4.
Unreal 4. Don't you have to pay
Yeah.
a license for that?
No, well, yeah, they get 20 or 30% of whatever you make.
Ah, okay.
So
Is there? Are you like
I
using
mean-
a lot of the assets that are provided to you, or are you like making stuff in Blender?
I'm making all my own stuff, so that
Ooh.
takes up a good bit of my time.
How do you handle texture work? Sorry, if
Texture
I'm
work?
just
No, you can ask me away. I'm a lot of what I'm doing is taking photos of stuff around my house, things at work. You can take pictures in Blender and layer them over the top of like stuff. I suppose that's what texturing is, but you can do that, and Blender will recognize like the dark shades as like, what's the word? Roughness. So you can have like a normal looking wall, and it will look 3D, even though it's just a picture on top of a plane.
Now, where are you learning how to do this stuff?
Bro, I'm learning. Unreal is insane. It's the most complicated shit. When I started learning Blender, there were just endless tutorials on YouTube. You could pick up anything, you could look at it, you could learn it. Anything you wanted to build, like touchscreen, modeling, anything like that, always had a video. You get on Unreal, there are forum posts from 5 years ago. Nobody has talked about it since, and they're just like, oh yeah, you should know this, bro. You don't know that? Go check the forum post. Yeah, it's using an outdated engine, or outdated version of this engine. Who cares?
How much
Not
of
me.
how much like does Unreal like provide to you like as like a basis? Like how much like custom coding do you have to do?
You don't have to do a lot, as far as I can tell. Obviously, when I get there, I'll have to learn how to program in C.
In
think it's
C, not C++?
C#. It's either
C++.
Sharp or C. Or C++.
Sharp or C? I would think
Unity.
it's C++. C Sharp is. I'm
think
surprised
C
that
Sharp
they
is
used it for Unity.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
I don't know.
I learned
about
C
it.
Sharp a long time ago.
Did you? How was it?
Well, I used it for like not gaming or game development, like mostly.
Well, I mean, it's a
You would assume so, but
it's really similar to Java.
Yes,
so.
it is. It is really similar to Java, except it's a little.
C sharp is D flat, if you know what I mean.
Omega lol.
I knew Java at one point. Like,
it's really similar to Java, but you could do some really cool stuff with C Sharp that you can't do with Java, just because it's got like it's just a lot more modern. Java is kind of like dinosaur programming. It's already pretty outdated.
It's ancient, isn't it?
Java's old, but they just didn't like update it well. Like C Sharp is old, but like the developers actually like update the code.
Well, I mean, C in general is ancient. Like,
oh yeah,
that's from the Unity days. Unity, fuck, what is that thing called? Units.
Assembly. Well, I mean, assembly's different, but
machine code. We need to start naming off the codes that I don't know.
You should just program your game in assembly. There we go.
Well, I did ROM hacks for Mario World a long time ago, and you were supposed to learn that if you wanted to
assembly.
And I looked into that, and it was not something I wanted to do.
Yeah, like 15 lines for one if statement, or just to like make the if. And be like, yeah, I'm done.
Ooh. Bro, my game's gonna be looking like Yanadir Dev's code when it's done. Except it will be done where Yanadir Dev will never finish his game.
Now, I'm curious about something. Like, I'm guessing you have some kind of like, when you're like developing it, you can obviously like test it as you're going along, right?
Yeah. So you
how's
can
like performance when you're like developing it?
Performance. I would really like to get like one of my laptops out and see if it could run the same thing on that, because right now my PC is a beast. But if I pulled out like my 7 laptop or something, I don't think it would run as well. But I could be wrong. I'm not real sure how Unreal really handles everything.
Yeah, because like, whenever you see those games that come out where like the performance is like absolute poo-poo, and I don't know, like I'm just kind of curious like how much like the developers have to like code to make it run better.
I follow tons of like artists and game devs on Twitter, and it sounds like that's not a engine problem, it's what you use to make the game with. So
is it like the assets?
Yeah, you can like Rogues Like Us, the game that Mr. Taters made. Yeah, a lot of levels had too many triangles, and like a lot of computers just couldn't handle that along with the engine. So I think a lot of it has to do with like how detailed everything is. And
now that's where you would like mess with things like the LODs and stuff, right? So you could still have like detail, but just like how you hide like distant objects or things you're not really paying attention to could help, right?
Yeah, it's similar to Mario 64 has something like that, since that's nothing like what we're talking about. But it is where if the camera gets far enough away from Mario, all his like polygons shuffle into like this really low polygon mass that looks like Mario, but it isn't the model you see up close. And like all textures have that. So I guess you would play around with that a lot.
Okay.
All right. So outside of like game development and stuff, I started making crystals because the guy on Twitter was talking to me about it. I do a lot of crystals a lot because they're simple to make and they're just like a fun thing to look at because they look really realistic and not hard to make, which is a good combo. So I made a bunch of those. I think that will probably be the next idle screen for the podcast.
So your crystals?
Yeah, my crystals that all.
Are those the ones that you showed me?
Possibly, but probably not. I took a picture of them on Snap the other night, but yeah.
I don't know if you made new ones, but I think I remember you sending me like a picture of some of your Blender renders.
Yeah, those are like the best looking things I've ever made. That one looks like I could pick it up and chew on it, and it'd be a rock. I don't know why you chew on a rock, but you know.
I have a
You can
question.
chew on a rock, man. You got a superpower.
Yeah, dude.
Well,
you
you can
got
chew
some.
on a rock. You can play Rotmeg for the rest of your life.
You got some hardcore teeth.
Yeah, I'm kind of like what's that James Bond villain? The one with the hat, and he had metal teeth, and he could bite a rope.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Odd Job.
Jaws.
Yeah, he was in.
His name is Jaws. Odd Job's the hat guy.
Okay.
Odd Jobs is the hat guy.
Yeah, this guy's name is Jaws.
Jaws is the one who like bites
the
through
shark.
table.
I'm
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah, Jaws has the fucking grill, dude. He's got the
Yeah,
grill. He
yeah,
bites through anything.
Was he not in GoldenEye 64?
I was just about to say that, Beater.
I don't know if he was.
I remember in GoldenEye, Jaws was so hard to kill for me when I was.
I thought Odd Job was like tiny as fuck.
I don't remember who was short.
No, Jaws was not short by any means. In
Oh,
GoldenEye.
Jaws was in GoldenEye, but it was Odd Job who was short and had the one-shot kill hat. He could just throw his hat at you and you would die.
Dang.
When he
Games
like
have been unbalanced.
Like there's a competitive scene for that, and like it's banned to play Odd Job.
I don't think there was a competitive scene. It was just like
Well, I
everyone
don't mean,
banned
like-
Odd Job in their friend circles because it's like, no, don't play Odd Job. It's bullshit.
Okay.
And there's competitive GoldenEye. It's called speedrunning.
Exactly.
I mean, you're not wrong. That's probably the most hardcore speedrunning shit
It's
ever.
probably one of the first ones that people like actually started taking seriously. I mean, people have been speedrunning technically for like a while, but I feel like it wasn't until like GoldenEye that that kind of stuff started to pick up.
Well, have you seen like Mario Golf is one of those too, where like all the people try to do hardcore crazy shit with that.
I'm
We
actually
golf,
friends. I'm
We
friends with a
sports
lot
golf.
of the people that do the Mario Golf speedruns.
Really?
Like,
Wow.
yeah, when I went to SGDQ, I kid you not, that was like my crowd there. Like, hung out with like all the people from Mario Golf.
Did they like bring all their real life golf clubs and they touched
Yes,
it in the
actually, we
middle?
did go real life golfing.
What?
Yes, that was super fun.
Were
Some
they
of them have
making-
never golfed before, but yeah,
Did they
that
make
was
Mario
really cool.
noises? as
Mario
they,
noises.
Yeah.
You know, if they made Mario noises, let me tell you, I probably would not be hanging out with that group after that golf session.
Like,
Oh god, that would be it'd be really cringe if they did that.
Wow, it's cringe in and outside of the convention. Wow.
You know, imagine playing golf and somebody just yells "Wahoo!"
Wahoo! Mamma mia, I got a hole in one. Yeah.
Wow, I hurt. That hurt my soul.
What do you want me to say, Peter? I love making shitty.
Preferably nothing after that.
Well, I only have.
That would make for a really shitty podcast if he said nothing.
Well, if you want us saying nothing, you should have listened to the before edit of the last podcast.
Yes.
I listened to a little bit at work. It had me laughing.
Yeah, I thought it was like when we get talking in the first episode, it's really funny. But the parts we cut out in the beginning, like I shit you not, there's so many times where we'd say one sentence and we'd just sit there for a full 2 minutes without saying anything.
Dang.
And like I was sitting here editing, I was just laughing so hard that none of us realized what we were doing.
Well, I mean, to be fair, this podcast is like us just chilling. Like that's pretty much what it is.
When we recorded that, it was like the whole idea of the podcast was 3 days old, so we had no clue what we were doing. And
I mean,
also
we
you
still
could hear-
don't, to be fair.
What do you mean? We're having a good time. Look at
I mean,
Foptop.
I'm having a good time.
I think so far today the podcast is the coding hour.
The
That's
coding
what we've been
hour.
talking about for like 20 minutes now.
Dude, the nerd shit hour. That's what we're doing.
I mean, let's be honest. Most people that listen to podcasts are about that nerd shit.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people who know how to code. They'll love hearing me say that I don't. I think that C was around when units and stuff was around. Okay, outside of coding though, I played a bunch of Melee. That's not very notable. What is notable, I got force-topped by a Kirby my first day. And a Bowser.
Ooh.
And the Bowser? Were they the
Bowser
same
won.
person?
No, this is somebody different. I was playing on like James's stream, Himegoto, and
You guys are playing Melee on stream?
no, he was playing something else. I was just sitting in Discord.
Oh.
So like, the Bowser like shows up on the screen, and I just like bursted out laughing. And like, he thinks he's gonna beat me with Bowser, and then he like straight up force stops me, and I was like, he beat me with Bowser.
Alright, James, here's the plan. We both need a main Bowser. We just gotta practice for hours before we play against Austin.
Just gotta up B out of shield a little. No
Up
big
B every time.
Oh, I actually haven't downloaded like Slippy or tried the rollback melee yet. Is it good? Is it like really good?
Yeah,
It's so
dude.
good.
Okay, so I usually have like 70 ping when playing against like Austin, James, or like Corey, and it feels like offline. So, I mean, that's just what happens when I'm like, you guys are all the way down south, and I'm all the way up north of like the United States.
Yeah, me and
I think I'm
Dizzy
gonna
were
have to-
playing, and
It's time to
I'll
become
go.
a full-time melee player now.
dude, we can do it.
I honestly think Slippy's gonna like be like another change of course for like the entire Melee community. I know
just
it's been
hope
talked about a
Nintendo
lot.
Fucking follow suit, man.
What, you want them to put in a lawsuit?
No, I want them to put in
Cease and
rollback
desist.
netcode into their own fucking
No,
games.
they're never gonna do it.
One man completely destroyed a multi-billion-dollar corporation
I know, in 6 months by
in
himself.
6 months. What is Nintendo's excuse?
Well, you remember Internet Explorer did that with 20 sets for Melee? He did all that shit by himself in like a year.
True.
Like, there's no reason this like billion-dollar company couldn't do everything that has already been done. They could just like download the ROM and put it on the eShop on the Switch, and I'm pretty sure they'd have.
I don't know. It's kind of funny
Whatever.
how like Melee players always wanted Nintendo support, yet they've done more than like Nintendo support would have ever done for them because they knew they were on their own.
It's because Nintendo doesn't care. I really don't think they
Rude,
care.
They care about that casual market.
Like I
mean,
would
that's
play
what the
more
money's
Ultimate
at.
if it had rollback. But like the online for Ultimate is just so unbearable
Dude,
that
it's
I just
garbage.
don't even want to play it.
I would still be going to tournaments every once in a while, but there are no tournaments because of COVID, and I'm not gonna play the game because I hate online.
Did you see the online tournaments for Ultimate?
Yeah, it's all the fucking
Yeah, for
garbage
money
cancer
and then
Wi-Fi
yes.
characters, dude.
Dude, some
It's
people
like, oh,
literally
let me
just
play
enter that.
We play Rob versus Samus online. That sounds like a great time. Let's do that for money in a competitive environment. That's definitely
Everybody's
not
picking
cheese
Link.
at all. Yeah.
Dude, play Sonic, just run away.
Oh god, dude, I've
I
seen
saw
so
that.
much hate for Sonic because of this "you're too slow" guy. Because he like camps everybody online, and everyone just hates his guts.
God,
was
that's
he the
that's
one
how I
who
hear
beat-
most people describe the cast in that game. Oh my gosh, I hate playing against that character because they camp.
Dude, they hate every single character. It's like, wait, do you actually like this game, or are you just like playing it because you played previous Smash games and you're in too deep to stop? Like, I don't know if people actually like Ultimate.
Dude, I know people that play Ultimate that feel like Melee is slower. Like unironically feel like it's slower.
That's
I
because
just want to I want to rip my hair out every time I hear somebody say that.
Because Melee is actually pretty slow if you have zero tech skill. But if you like
Yes.
learn some tech skill and you get into the game, it's like insanely fast.
Yo, here's a hot take. I think Luigi's a faster character than Captain Falcon when you get at the tech.
Whoa, that's a hot take.
It is a hot take.
I mean,
But dude, honestly, Luigi is a crackhead in that game, and I love it.
he's
It's a
so
crackhead in every
slippery.
game.
Okay, so the
brought the vacuum
slipperiness
to the
can be
fight
like
in
a double-edged
Ultimate.
sword. The slipperiness is such a double-edged sword on that character.
Well, you hit his shield and he flies 45 years into the future. So
you kill him by hitting his shield.
yeah, you kill him by hitting the shield too
God.
many times, and he grows too old to fight, and then he dies.
Dude, I don't know how many times I've killed myself with that character because of like accidental misfires. I'm like anti-abate. I get them every time I don't want to.
Well, that's when you jump off the stage and say, "I will not get back," and then you misfire into the enemy. So I bought rollerblades too.
You bought rollerblades?
Why'd you buy rollerblades? How often do you go
because-
roller skating for that to be like a worthwhile?
We've been going roller skating multiple times a week. That's how much I love rollerblading.
Wait, is rollerblading not shut down? Is that like COVID approved? Is that an essential business?
I mean,
You guys live in
East
Texas. It doesn't
Somebody
need to
shut
be
down.
essential. You live in Texas.
That's
yeah,
true.
he's out there
Nobody
skating
cares.
6 feet away from the other rollerbladers.
Well,
Because
the
that's
place we
definitely
go
possible,
to,
right?
the place we go to is like huge, and there's normally like 10 other people in the place. When I went Friday, there were 50 other little bastard children there.
Here's the
trying to
real
destroy
question:
me.
do you wear a mask? And do they require you to wear a mask?
They do not require me to wear a mask.
And you don't wear a mask, do you?
Not when there's only 10 people in the goddamn building.
What if one of those people has COVID? Or if you had COVID and you don't know it? You're just coughing all over them from all that skating, dude.
Well, we didn't
Breathing
go.
Breathing your skater air.
We've
Imagine
been going to
breathing.
the parking lot now. So, like, we just go to a big empty parking lot and skate around there.
I guess that works
God.
since you have your own rollerblades.
Yeah. I don't have any pads, and my friend that's looked at my knees. It's like, you're not going to have those after this skating attempt.
Dude, like
Like,
20 years from now, you're gonna regret it.
What,
Regret
skating?
not having pads. No, not
Oh.
having knee pads.
You're
Yeah,
going
just
to
get some
really
knee pads,
regret
dude.
not having knees. That's for sure.
Go
Yeah,
Tony
just
Hawk
cut
on
'em
that
off.
shit. Some knee
I was
pads,
looking
elbow
at-
pads.
I was watching parkour videos today, and I was like, damn, I'm going to try that. So, I might
With
actually
your
die
rollerblades
in a
on?
couple- Yeah, dude. I'm going to jump off my house with my rollerblades.
Yo,
This
that
is a
should be
great
like your
idea.
thing. You're gonna get famous because you parkour with rollerblades on. You're gonna be like IRL Luigi.
Bro. I'm just gonna be sliding around like woohoo, wahoo, daggoo.
So, how far have you come in terms of rollerblading? Like, can you rollerblade backwards? Can you do any like kind of spinning or anything? Or are you still in like the early stages?
It's still really early. I'm not falling like I had been. I fell the other night, but that's because I was holding hands with Jackie, and she just kind of swooped me, and I slammed into the ground. And some children behind us laughed at me very hard, and now I feel horrible.
Man, dude, she straight up RKO'd you.
She did, bro. She threw me in the ground. She's like, "Don't you ever touch me again, Austin, you motherfucker."
Oh my god, yo, that went from 0 to 100 real quick.
The children were like straight savages too. She's been trying to roller skate backwards, and one little kid ran up to her. It was like, "Are you trying to skate backwards?" And he like jumps up and like spins around and starts skating backwards. And
Dude.
I've never seen a bigger flex in my entire life.
Dude, that reminds me whenever you go like ice skating, there's always that one guy that thinks he's like an Olympic speed skater.
What is this ice you speak of? I've never heard of ice before.
Oh, true, you live in Texas. Oh no.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, you guys have indoor ice skating.
I guess that's true.
Dude,
There's one in
we all-
Dallas.
Have ice machines, most importantly, so we can have very cold beverages.
I saw a picture. You know those little freezers in Walmart and stuff, like the bunkers where you put like
Oh,
chicken
yeah,
nuggets
yeah.
and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There was a dude just laying in one of those because it was empty to beat the summer heat,
Wow.
which
I can't be sanitary.
That sounds gross.
What do you mean? I love my cold, gross old man in the freezer section. It's my
Imagine
favorite.
having that old man sweat all over those chicken nuggets. That's disgusting.
At first, I
It
thought
would be
flavor in
sweat,
there.
it would be frozen. Don't
I
you
thought
understand?
I thought
Yo,
you
what
meant
happens
the-
when it thaws? Explain that.
What's up, James?
I thought you were referring to the ready ice machines or the You know,
I've always wanted to get one of those.
thought he was sitting.
Yeah, that sounds dangerous.
Have I ever told you guys a story?
Hey,
I'm
guys.
sure I hadn't. What's up? Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
What's your story?
My story is a couple years ago, we were like driving out to Foptop's house, me and Dizzy, and I didn't have AC in my car. I'm sure you remember that god awful car.
Ooh. Yeah. Which car was this? Was this
is
the Chevy Sonic?
No, it was my
PT Bruiser.
I had like run that PT Cruiser into the ground, so I had the Mariner at that point.
Oh well, yeah.
How long ago was this? It sounds like you would have been like 16.
I was still in high school, so it was a long time ago.
This was probably when I was 20. You weren't in high school because we were driving to your apartment in Tyler.
Oh, so were we going to a tournament or something?
Yeah, we were like gonna drive to an Infinity or something like that.
Okay.
Anyway, so we didn't have an AC in the car, and me and Dizzy were about to drive an hour and a half out to see Foptop. And so my bright idea was to buy a bag of Ready Ice and just hug it to stay cold on the way on our trip. And by the time I got there, it was just like I was covered in water, and it was all gone.
Dude, Corey was probably wearing a hoodie the whole time with like a long sleeve shirt on underneath. If I know that man, he was wearing like a thick long sleeve and like a big ass hoodie.
He was just laughing at me the entire time. We were both dying. That's gonna stay with me forever. And I remember we got to your house and you just looked at me and you were like, "Oh, level 9, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you had to go through that." My favorite summer story.
Man, you guys sound wild. Yo, speaking of tournaments, okay, so I was talking to Dizzy yesterday. Told me that you guys should attend Big House 5.
When
you guys should go to Big House 5, or not Big House 5. I was just watching some clips for a minute, and I thought Big House 5. You guys should go to Big House.
Yeah. Is Big House online?
No, I don't think this year.
That's
We
the
can
only way I'm
all
going.
go to Big House. We go to Big House and then get sexually assaulted by a top player.
No.
Bro, I got the foot longer ready. I'm typing it up right now.
God,
I'm gonna write this before I attend.
What a fucking month for Smash, man.
I agree, man. I agree.
You know, I'm just happy the Melee community didn't get smashed as hard as the Ultimate community, because even though it's still unfortunate, but I'm just glad that it wasn't as many Melee players, so now I can still watch Melee without feeling disgusting.
Yeah, Melee's the only good game left. Therefore, like all the other ones are awful.
Yeah, honestly, they should have just stopped in 2001.
We're just gonna ignore Smash Flash 2, huh?
Yeah,
that's
dude.
a good point. Let's go play Sora, and we'll unlock the hearts of millions.
I'm gonna play Chibi Robo. And Black Magician from Final Fantasy, of course.
I'm gonna play Knuckles. Play Knuckles from Sonic.
If we were playing Knuckles, you should play PM. That game nobody plays anymore.
Man, that game. Yeah, it's because everybody's playing Project Plus. Come on.
Okay. What is that?
What, you don't know what Project Plus is?
No.
It's kind of like the sequel to Project M.
Yeah,
is that the one with Godzilla in it?
No,
they
it's
like
the one
reworked
with
the
Knuckles.
characters and did a balance patch.
Yeah, some of the characters got new moves, like Charizard got like Thunder Punch. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yes, he go punch.
Did he scream punch when he does it?
No, he makes Pokemon noises.
Damn it. You had one chance, Project
You had one draw. You had one job. They added Knuckles to Project Plus, which I thought was cool. Isn't there like an issue with like competitive in Project M? Like where like you can't like play for money because like Nintendo's copyright or something like that?
Well, you can't stream it, I don't think.
You can't?
No, that came with like the cease and desist a few years ago.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Why do you do this, Nintendo? Nintendo will be like, yo, but Brawl is a better game. Why would you do this?
I think it wasn't them, it was like Square or something, because Cloud was getting into the game, and Square had told Nintendo, hey, if you don't do anything about...
Wait, was Cloud in Project M?
No, Cloud was in Smash 4.
Yeah.
Snake was in Project M.
Anyway, Square was telling Nintendo, take a hold of your properties, or we're not putting Cloud in here. And that's why we got C&D'd.
Dang. I really hope Slippy doesn't get a C&D.
Well, if they do, they're gonna have some very angry fans, or they're gonna have to release Melee HD with rollback netcode. If anything, they should not cease and desist the man, but fucking hire him and get him to do netcode for their game.
Yeah. I don't know if they could cease and desist it. It's already like out there. He couldn't update it anymore, but he could still give it out because it's free.
I don't know that they would cease and desist it because he basically created the netcode from scratch. That's all he did. So it's not like I don't know.
Well,
it's not like
they're
making a new game with Nintendo properties like what Project M did. It's just a way for people to play Project M. So I don't know that Nintendo has any copyright over like the netcode for Melee.
I think that falls under the modding category because modding is legal here. So he's able to keep doing it.
I'm curious what they'd be able to do, like, because there's talk about like having like actual tournaments on Slippy, which I think is really cool. But I wonder if therere's like any legal.
They already have.
implications.
They had
None won.
Yeah, they just had one.
They just had normal None versus IBD.
Was that like for money?
Yeah.
Yeah, None won something.
Well, they can't have actual tournaments right now, so the only way for them to have like Melee tournaments is rollback. I think it's sweet.
Even with Slippy, I think it's like really good.
But
just
like
because like
now
the amount of like
you can have an actual tournament and it doesn't feel scuffed because the netcode's good enough to like make it work.
Yeah, and there's like always like a 2-frame delay on it, which I think was intentional to like. Well, obviously you need to have some kind of like frames of delay, but like the 2-frame, isn't that like the amount of like delay you get when playing on a CRT on native hardware? It's like 2 frames, right?
Not sure.
Bro, you got me.
Because from what I know, Slippy, like playing on Slippy online is like very close to the same amount of delay like you'd get like playing on native hardware local.
So it's just out of my area. I just don't know anything about it.
It's not enough for me to notice, but then again, I haven't like played Melee on native hardware in like 4 years.
Yeah, me and Dizzy stopped playing together. That's like the last time we really played Melee.
I mean, Dizzy still plays a lot.
Well, I mean, I know, but I mean, when me and him were living near each other, that's when we were playing Melee on CRTs. And that's been a long time ago.
Now Dizzy lives hundreds of miles away and only talks to Cade.
I don't even know he does that. He talks to a girlfriend more than he talks to anybody else.
He talks to Cade? Like,
yeah, they live together.
They live together.
I didn't know
Cade
that.
and Dizzy live together.
Didn't know that.
Oh, really?
Did not. Nope, did not know that. I thought Dizzy like lived on his own.
They're never in the same room together, so it's hard to tell if they live anywhere near each other. But they also might be the same person.
True. I mean, how often do you see how often do you see Cade's eye on stream? It's always his hand. You always see his hand and his mouse.
Maybe the Cade stream is a 2-man operation, you know? Cade's the front man and Dizzy's behind the scenes. Working the keys.
That would make so much sense.
Working the keys.
Working the keys. Yeah, I'm out of here working the keys. Don't bother me. So you guys, what did you guys do for your weeks? Peter? Foptop?
Corey's been, well, actually, like, for the past, like, couple days, Corey's been, like, coaching me on Melee. So, he's been helping me out a lot.
Are you paying him the big dollar unos?
I'm paying him in loyalty and friendship.
Don't you know that's worthless around here?
Yeah, what? Wait, what?
What? I don't know. And, fuck, I can't think of anything either. So,
man, dude, honestly, okay. I think the coaching has paid off. I mean, like, I was really close to beating you today.
That's right, but that match is because I've been training to be bad at Melee.
Uh-huh.
That's
How
right.
do you do that?
Training.
Who's been coaching you to be bad at melee?
His
Well,
brain.
his name is BeterBan,
His brain. Ugh.
and I've been paying him $5 a game.
Wait, you've been
BeterBan.
paying him to get worse?
Yeah.
This is the greatest scam of all time.
Honestly, you just play against the
I
freaking bot.
know. Yeah, I've been playing against the bot. His name's BeterBan.
I'm gonna cry.
JK.
Wow, I feel personally attacked.
I'm so sorry. So you've been playing Melee a bunch? You do anything else? Last time you were here, in between last time and now?
My girlfriend went home. She had been living with me for the past 4 months, but her mom really wanted her to come back to Detroit to visit and stay there for a while.
How could you let her go? How could you let her go back to Detroit of all places?
Wow.
Don't you, that's where Eminem grew up.
Yo, don't you know that's where that one guy became human?
Damn, don't you know that's where It Follows is from?
It Follows, really?
Yeah, that's the movie I'm thinking of, I think.
Yo, didn't you know that's where Big House is from? Yo, don't you know? Wait, isn't Duck from Detroit?
Bro, I don't know. Is he?
Yeah, I'm sure they have some ducks in Detroit, dude.
Yeah, you go down to any pond. I'm sure they're not stolen yet.
Yeah, I need to look this up. I know Duck is from Michigan, though.
I mean, how many cities are in Michigan? There's Detroit.
You know, at least 2. At least 2.
Maybe 3. I don't know. It's a big place.
Oh, no. He is from... Actually, he's like in the same county as my girlfriend. It's crazy. I looked it up on his wiki page.
Damn, they get that personal about where he's at? Maybe it's a big place, though.
Yo, maybe I'll ask for his address, Kappa.
Why don't you? Leak it on Twitter.
No.
It was a good try. So,
Wait, was there not a Big House in 2018? Or 2019?
2019? Oh, it's not 2019 this year. Shit.
Yeah. Yo, have you like... Never mind, just never mind.
I mean, when you don't think time's real, time sure moves weird.
Yo, we haven't heard from James in a while.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's still here. That's how
I'm
I'm
here. Oh, no, I stand corrected.
What have you been doing with your time, buddy?
Well, Bone Crusher Toast 3 recently moved in, so that was cool. That happened last week, which has been great. The apartment looks fantastic thanks to her.
So
I've
you don't have cards all over your floor anymore?
When you walk in now, you can't immediately tell I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player. Now, when you walk in my room, different story.
Right.
But
I'm gonna walk in a few weeks and just like shake her hand and be like, look over at the corner where that other guy used to sit and be like,
that's gone
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
See, usually you can identify a Yu-Gi-Oh player from 3 blocks away by smell alone.
Oh, true.
Oh, no.
I try and at least take care of that. So, but the cards being everywhere in my room, that's a war I cannot win. But
Look at how you didn't massacre my boy.
What's
Is
up,
she
Level
trying to
Nine?
do something about that? That she
No,
just occasionally come in while you're not looking and shuffle things around?
No, I got rid of them the day before she got here. I was going to go to a card shop that night and play in a weekly, but I knew that they needed to.
Their time had come.
Is that how you're making all your money? Like, you said you made a bunch of money recently. Did you sell all those cards?
My right now I would say I'm more card rich and cash poor. I was the opposite. I'd say earlier this year, but then I really got back into growing my inventory. And I got quite a large amount of cardboard here sitting on my desk and on the floor and everything. I gotta start selling it, you know.
I can't tell if you're like from Texas or Canada.
But yeah, lots of cardboard. And I've been trying to take it more seriously lately. I've been trying to get back on my listings and stuff. eBay's been really neat lately. They've been giving users more free listings, so I've been taking advantage of that as well.
Do they normally charge you money?
So every month, a standard user receives 50 free listings for normal items. And after that, you do have to pay an insertion fee, and that's just for listing the item. But right now, the past few months, they've been granting users 200 additional listings. So I've had 250 to work with each month. Unfortunately, I wasn't taking advantage of it as heavily at first, but these past few weeks, I've been doing a lot more eBay stuff. I've tried to start listing more deck cores and things of that nature, because the cards on their own, like some of these like cheap cards, you're not ever going to sell them, and if you do, you're only making pennies on the dollar. But if you collectively sell them as a group, as a deck or a play set or something, you can actually get some money out of them despite them being worth little to nothing on their own.
You ought to, people do those mystery grab bags and stuff like that. Mystery bots.
Yeah.
You probably just throw a bunch of common cards in there and then sell them.
Yeah, that's a fantastic way to receive negative feedback, but I'll think about it.
Okay.
No, yeah, those really, when I see those, jokes aside, when I see those listings sometimes, which they've kind of disappeared off the website. When I would click on them, like the feedback rating for the user would usually be like 78%, 80 something percent, and like the standard on eBay is 99 or higher. So you can imagine how many people got upset over things like that. So, because it's easy to claim that you're choosing them randomly, et cetera, but I mean, I can move anything around and do whatever I want. Even if I like make pictures of pre-made packs and put numbers on them, I can change the cards in the packs, and it doesn't matter. So
don't do that if you want to make money.
Yeah, don't do that. But really what it's about is just, if you want to get started, keep your prices low, and that's your biggest thing, man. As long as your prices are low, you'll be fine. Really.
Gosh,
I don't even do things like, I could do more things if I wanted to. Like, I could put my titles in all caps, and I could just grab pictures of the cards off the internet instead of taking photos. But I kind of go the extra mile a few different ways, both before and even after the purchase, to ensure that people are satisfied and that they come back. So
I try to get into the Magic the Gathering, like, selling cards game, because like, honestly, dude, it's such a nightmare, because like when starting, you got to keep your prices low, but you also like always have to pay for the shipping too, just to get people to buy them. It's such a nightmare. Like, I don't know, it feels like I don't do it anymore, but I felt like I was me instead.
Yeah, so
you have to just like build your rep for such a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing, sometimes one simple thing people can do even when they start out is, if you're selling a card and you have multiple copies of it, you can list yours for a higher price than, say, the 5 first people who only have 1 copy. Because if someone wants a play set of that, they would rather buy it from one individual. That way, when they go to their mailbox and they see that envelope, they're like, yes, I got all 3 cards, or all 4, or however many. And it's like, I'm set up. Instead of buying from 3 different sellers, and then one of them's like, oh, hey, I actually don't have this card anymore, and then they send you a refund. Now you gotta go buy another one, or one of them never shows up because it's lost in the mail. So there are things you can do to increase your penny a bit. I also buy stamps in bulk, so I have a massive book of stamps in front of me actually right now, so that helps shave off some pennies, and they add up over time.
Do you buy stamps from the U.S. government directly?
I do not.
On eBay?
I buy them on eBay, yes.
Is it kind of like, remember when you were a kid, you needed a bunch of batteries for your GBA or something? And you could go on eBay and buy 2,000 batteries for 50 cents? Is it like that?
Maybe not that extreme of a fantastic deal, but yes, you definitely save money versus purchasing them at the post office. So I can't say, I have no comment on how the people selling them obtain them, but that's another topic for discussion.
It's probably completely legal and completely okay. And definitely not them going into the post office and stuffing it down their pants leg.
You said it well, Level 9. I agree.
But hey, that's just life of a stamp salesman. Can you imagine, like, you're on a date with a girl, right? And the girl asks you what you do for your living, and you're like, yeah, I sell stamps on eBay.
You could have just stopped at imagine being on a date with a girl.
Okay, you have a point there. So guys, there's been a trend lately, and that trend is cake.
Oh,
what would you do if you woke up tomorrow? Fuck it, let's say today. What happens if you reach down and you grab your keyboard and you press into it, and it's just completely cake? What would you do?
I would be livid, dude.
I'd be concerned.
Steel Series would get some angry emails. I will say that much.
You would be like,
I did not spend $90 on this keyboard for it to be cake, Steel Series. I demand a refund and an actual keyboard.
You should ask for a discount. Like a heavy discount. Yeah, heavy discount. Because is it like actual cake or does it just feel like cake?
Oh, it's actual cake. Like you
yeah, exactly.
Cut into
just
it
get
and
a
it's
discount.
A real cake.
That's like a lawsuit at that point for false advertisement.
Hey,
I
maybe
wanted
they
a
just
keyboard,
forgot
not
cake
this
at the
cake.
end. Keyboard cake. Keyboard cake.
But what if it was the best cake you have ever eaten in your entire life? Would you be happy with that?
I'm gonna press X to doubt.
I'd be a little happy in like the short term, but in the long term, I'd be pissed off that I lost my keyboard because I ate it.
I think I would.
You know that new astronaut meme where they have like astronaut looking at the planet and then the astronaut with the gun behind his head. We should just make one where it's like the world and it says cake. We're like,
wait,
it's all cake?
It's
always been cake.
Oh yeah, they have that where like it's a little animation and a knife comes down and slices the earth and they pull out a layer and it's like, wait, it was all cake? And then the guy pulls out the gun and they slice that in half because the gun was cake too.
Dude, to be honest, the earth layers do kind of look like a tasty cake.
Yeah, I actually eat dirt all the time by accident.
God damn it, this dirt really looks like cake.
Damn it, it's not all cake.
But if like the world was cake, do you think it would solve so many problems?
No.
I think it would create more problems. I think there'd be a lot of problems if the world was cake.
Hey, at least there wouldn't be world hunger. There'd just be a lot more diabetes.
I don't know that you could grow a plant in cake.
Well, if the Earth was always cake and everything else was cake that was growing on it, would it be okay to eat the cake? Like, if you were made out of cake, could you eat cake without it being weird?
I think that's cannibalism, level 9. You're
so that's
suggesting
going to be a negative.
So we just all starve? What would we eat if everything was cake?
I don't think you have many choices at that point because everything's cake. I guess all you can eat is cake.
Imagine like the people looking out into space like we do now for like aliens and stuff, but it was just to see if anything wasn't cake in the entire universe. Man,
so what started this trend?
Well, they can't look out into the universe because the telescope would just be cake and it wouldn't actually work.
Damn it!
Wait, what kind of trend are you talking about? Like,
do you not know? So, a few weeks, probably like a week ago on Twitter, somebody like posted all these realistic looking cakes. Like there's one of a hand and some toilet paper and there's people slicing into it and it's always cake. And so I don't know why this makes people so angry, but it's like everybody's just like pissed off about it. And It's just that. Everything is cake. You, me, Foptop, the moon.
Well, hold on now. Hold on. Well, let's back it up. The moon is cheese. It's not cake, it's cheese. Well-known fact.
Yeah, I think Wallace and Garment went up to the moon and got some of that.
Exactly.
Some of that.
Everyone knows that the moon is cheese.
Why do you think there's giant holes in the moon?
I don't
Maybe
know,
it's just a really shittily made cheesecake.
Oh
Still
my
cake.
god.
Still cake.
No.
You did it! You've done it! Oh no! Dude, I love cheesecake. I say we like get Elon Musk or whoever the fuck to go up to the moon and get me some of that.
Give me some moon cheese, please.
What is he? He's now the 7th richest person in the world, I believe.
Yeah, and he's got #1 for the best memes.
Yeah, I love memes, especially from billionaires.
He'll be at the top eventually.
I don't know. Just, Amazon man's a trillionaire. So.
Oh crap! No, forgot about Amazons.
What if the Amazon switched their method to only selling cake? I could really go for some cake right now, do you guys? I'm like not joking.
Bone Crusher
If somebody
made brownies. They were
Bro,
good.
and where's she's at? She's not here with the brownies.
You're right.
All I have to hear are my shitty brownies that she didn't make.
Speaking of brownies, level 9, you've been drawing lately, right?
Yeah, I had been drawing brownies.
But what have you been drawing?
Dude, I drew some pyramids. They look pretty good.
What were they based on? Or what was the image you were working from? Was it just like a Google Images pyramid? Or...
Yeah, I just searched up the pyramids, and then I did it. I tried to draw those, and then they turned out different, and I just made my own. I put some sand dunes in front of them.
Sand.
Sand dune. Yeah. Graham cracker crust.
On your cake.
On my cake. Did you guys see the direct yesterday and the week before?
The
I did not
8-minute
see the new
direct.
direct.
Yeah, the 8-minute direct.
I saw
literally
two
nothing
images.
of value was announced except for Shin Megami Tensei 5 is being released on the Switch.
Well,
the game
Shin
has
Megami
already been
Tensei, we already knew that was happening. We didn't know it was ever coming out because it got announced like 5 years ago.
Well, no, it got Persona Royals got announced for the Switch, but Shin Megami Tensei 5 was never coming to the Switch until now.
Okay, I could have sworn it was like on a Nintendo
Persona-
trailer a long time ago.
Well, yeah, it was Persona Royals or something. It was like what's that game?
What is it? Scramble, isn't it?
Isn't there like a
Scramble
WWE
It's like
coming
Dynasty
out?
Warriors. It was like Dynasty Warriors with Persona characters.
Oh,
It wasn't an
is that
actual
what that
Persona
is?
game. Yeah. So this is the actual Persona 5 that's coming to the Switch. So that was the quote-unquote big announcement, which is kind of lame because
I mean, we all kind of knew.
most of us have already played on the PS5, so it's like, oh yeah, I get to. play
Wait, you
through
already
the
played it
game.
on PS5?
You're talking
PS
about Persona 5,
sorry.
my
oh
man.
shit, sorry. I played it
You're
on.
talking. No, you're
played
talking
it
about
on-
Persona 5.
I'm not. So
Shin
wait, I'm
Megami
confused.
Tensei 5 isn't out, and it has never come out.
What isn't that the same game?
No. Persona's
I-
different than the
We have to-
mainline Shin Megami Tensei.
We have to cut this part out before somebody gets death threats
I'm gonna get
for
that.
hearing such.
Blasphemy.
Such-
I have not
such
played
blasphemy.
Persona 5 yet, and I was waiting for a good time in my life to play it, and now I know it's coming to Switch, and I'm upset. Foptop, fuck you. That's
Wait,
exactly what
Wait,
hold up.
it's not Persona, but it's Shin Megami Tensei. I didn't know there was a difference, to be fair.
Yeah, the first 3, I think, had Shin Megami Tensei at the beginning, and then 4 and 5 don't. I don't know.
Speaking of 4, dude, 4 had a PC port. Oh, shit. That's some shit.
4.
All right, whatever.
and-
4 had a PC port.
All right,
and
so
it's
Persona
actually
5
really
isn't
fucking
coming
dank.
to Switch.
No, that's what
Okay,
all those
okay.
little idiots are upset about. Damn, I'm gonna get canceled for that comment.
Do they still make Nintendo 3DS games?
Probably.
Yes.
I think one came out recently.
Dude,
It's
if
like
they
a
still make
Pokemon game, wasn't it?
They still make fucking Just Dance games for the Wii, then they definitely make 3DS games still.
That is
let's be
true.
honest
Yo,
here.
did you guys get Just Dance 2020 for the Nintendo Wii?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Oh wait, you guys didn't? Yeah, I love setting my Wii remote on the ground and getting a perfect score. That's my favorite thing to do.
Okay, I saw it's on Switch. Like, how do you even play it on Switch? Like, is the motion controls on the Joy-Con like even that good for
No.
like Just Dance?
You can legitimately set your stuff on the ground and win and beat the levels that they're throwing at you because they don't count anything.
Dude, to be honest, Joy-Cons are just garbage. They're just not good. Like 95%. This is a made-up statistic. I don't know if it's actually this much, but I feel like
Yo,
most
how
of the
dare you
Joy-Con-
talk bad about Nintendo?
It's fucking the controller drift, man.
Dude,
Every Switch I've had the Joy-Cons eventually just start drifting like crazy. There's not
I
shit you can do
know.
about it.
It happened to me. I was so sad when it happened.
The only thing I really like about them are the D-pad, and the D-pad's only limited to like Tetris.
I just
because of the
remember where they
natural
keep trying to
button.
make these like Joy-Cons and things work when they could just, package a Wii Pro controller or something with every Switch.
Well,
Which
the
is
Wii
like
Pro controller is kind of bad too, isn't it? The
Yes.
D-pad's really bad.
It's better than the Joy-Cons.
Really? Well, yeah, I mean, but it's
Here's
so
the solution.
touchy.
Nintendo just makes more GameCube controllers easy.
Hog.
They never make enough whenever they start making them again.
Aren't they still making them? Can't you
No.
buy some?
No, they stopped like a year and a half ago, I think.
Oh,
It was only
Really?
sold for like the first 6 months of Ultimate.
Yeah, they only did it at the very beginning of Ultimate.
That's so stupid. Why would they do that?
Because
They
they
think
want
people
you
were
to...
gonna not need controllers?
Well, Nintendo's just like, we made the GameCube controller in like 2001. Like, I mean, who's really gonna buy these anymore?
Then they immediately sell out.
Dude, for real.
Well,
Like,
they
literally
$1
for like the
billion.
first week of... Literally like the first week of them being out, it was hard to get one. Like, even within like the first couple days, I remember like going to multiple stores trying to get a GameCube controller, and it was just incredibly hard. Like, I just went to a GameStop and like reserved 2 for like the next time they'd come in.
Did that work?
Yeah, I still have one that's not been opened. I'm saving it until like I desperately need a controller.
You're saving it for marriage. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm saving it for marriage. I mean, I think my GameCube controllers should last a good couple years each.
I mean,
So-
I've had mine since Smash 4 released, and that's been a while ago. That was a Nintendo brand controller. So they
I remember I have one of those too. I don't like the new ones that much. They feel way different than like the originals.
Mm-hmm. There's like a little ring in it you can take out that makes it feel like the originals.
A ring?
Yeah, a ring around the joystick.
Oh, I did not know this.
It's either that or you can like sand down the ridges and stuff, and it makes it feel better. I got into a controller.
My
modding.
issue is the buttons.
Buttons.
Like the face buttons. Like, I remember when I was playing Luigi's Mansion, I like tried using a new controller. It was just hard because the buttons felt way more stiff, so it was just hard to mash fast.
Mine feel kind of loose, but I've also had it for 7 years.
They always feel loose.
Damn loose.
It's
game
just like how
controllers.
how much you, I don't know, it's like the clickiness of the buttons.
So did you see Nintendo's other big announcement? The really big one?
What was the really big announcement? I don't know what that was.
You really didn't see it?
No.
Okay, guys.
I've been in WoWland this whole time, dude.
Yeah, for
So
like the past
Bakugan
like
and-
almost year.
Bakugan is getting
Oh
a new
yes,
game.
Bakugan. Dude, I remember
Bakugan.
playing that on the Nintendo Wii.
Are you gonna be able to play it on the Nintendo Switch now?
Yes, with new Bakugans.
Have you seen the gameplay for it? It's
The
so
gameplay?
fucking
Oh,
lame. It's so
gameplay.
lame. You're like running around your giant ass monsters who are doing very limited things, and you're picking up like triangles and throwing them at the monsters. And that's all
Honestly,
you do.
I've just been disappointed ever since like the Beyblade web game disappeared. I mean, come on.
You know that there was a Beyblade web game,
Yeah,
but there was also There was also a GameCube game that was like full price. That was just a fucking web game.
I'm disappointed. And you couldn't even play it online, I bet.
It was on GameCube. The only GameCube game with online was PSO2, I think.
Oh yeah, the MMO.
Yeah. The one they sold the giant GameCube controller with the keyboard on it.
You know people still play that, like, on emulator and shit?
PSO2?
I have a friend that plays it.
Oh, yeah. It got that remaster recently. Oh, it got a remaster years ago.
Yo, they remastered it on the Nintendo GameCube? Oh, shit.
Yeah. Pick up your GameCube copy today.
You guys getting WWE Battlegrounds from the Nintendo Switch?
Is that a Battle Royale?
Dude, they look like WWE Funko Pops. It's disgusting.
I would play a Funko Pop WWE game in a heartbeat.
Dude,
that sounds hilarious. That
feel
sounds
like
entertainment for years to come.
I just watched the Nintendo Direct, and like so many people are really upset. But like,
of course they were upset. There was a dude on 4chan going that we're getting a new Metroid game and the idiots can't read. Like, bro, we're gonna get new Metroid. And then Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne got announced.
Honestly, I feel like people shouldn't have raised their expectations for this Direct, especially for like the current times and what's going on. Like, I really doubt we're gonna get anything crazy for like this entire year, pretty much.
Well, we got Animal Crossing, and we got Origami King, which I hear Origami King's really good.
Actually, yeah, I did hear that too. I heard it's... I don't know, I heard the Paper Mario games have changed a lot.
Well, that's because people who like TTYD never shut up about that, and nothing will ever be as good as their baby. There's my salt for
I don't know,
day.
dude. Super Mario RPG is pretty close. I don't know if that necessarily counts as the Paper Mario series, but damn, good game.
I like Paper Mario Wii. That's a fun game.
I do too, but it is quite a bit different than the Paper Marios of yore.
And I like, okay, so TTYD, it's a good game, but it's not really a real RPG.
Tell them again, Peter.
Wait, hold on. How's it not a real RPG?
Have you played a real RPG?
Yeah?
Yeah, I played Shin Megami Tensei 3, not
like Baldur's Gate or things like that.
Yeah, I played Baldur's Gate, Divinity.
Dude,
all sorts of RPGs.
I played Final Fantasy.
I don't think Paper Mario is like a real RPG. I mean, it's more like it's like an adventure game with RPG elements.
We're getting crucified this episode.
That's how I would describe TTYD. It's like how I don't know, like it's just like the choices and stuff in that game don't matter too much. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but if I roleplay as Mario, then it's a role-playing game.
Well, by that logic,
checkmate, dude, checkmate.
Wouldn't all games be like RPGs then?
I mean, they pretty much are.
You're actually killing me.
Does that make The Legend of Zelda an RPG?
Yo, honestly, my life is actually just a Mario RPG then. I roleplay as Mario every day I get out of bed.
Do you like jump on people's heads? What are you doing?
I fucking jump on little mushroom people.
Do you eat a bunch of mushrooms?
Yeah, and I jump on them after I eat the mushroom.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can't argue with that logic. Do you throw turtles at your brother's head? Do you get
That's
in your
confidential.
car and race?
Do you punch dinosaur horses ever?
Legally, I have to answer that question with a no.
Do you jump over pits with your dinosaur person and then jump off of him and kill him?
No, I haven't gotten to that expansion yet.
Okay. Can you spin jump? Answer the question.
If I eat enough shrooms, yes.
When you spin jump on somebody, do they turn into dust? We're waiting, Peter.
This isn't Infinity War, okay?
This is Mario. You're right. Okay,
anyways.
Guys.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just wondering if you wanted to wrap it up. We've been doing this for a while.
Yeah, like about an hour now, I think.
Only an hour?
No, we started at like 6 7:40ish, right? It's almost 8.
7:41. Oh wait, you guys are an hour behind me.
Yeah. Once again, time has destroyed Peter with facts and logic. That thing I admitted to not believing in.
I mean, is there anything else we wanted to talk about?
The only thing I have on my docket is Sky's Stick. If you want to talk about Sky's Stick,
Absolutely.
which is
Sky?
store.
Wait,
Sky?
hold up.
The Smasher Sky.
Have you heard about this
about
yet,
that?
Peter?
I heard about Sky doing something.
Okay,
I
so
don't know what he did.
apparently, this guy asked somebody for a bunch of money to help his dad do some
His dad. He told everybody his dad had cancer.
yeah. And he asked for a bunch of money for the cancer
wasn't
treatments.
True.
Yeah, well, apparently Sky used that money for dick enhancement surgery instead. So that's a whole thing.
Oh.
Also, Sky's like $500,000 in debt or something because he just keeps borrowing money from people. It's probably not 500,000, but he's borrowed money from a bunch of people to pay for his Smash Mansion where people get molested and sexually assaulted at. So it's a whole thing.
Damn, I didn't even realize the underground pedophile ring had their own house.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it was Sky's Manor.
Yeah, I saw. Dude, it's crazy whenever you're watching old Smash videos and then you see Sky commentating and you're like, wow, this didn't age well.
Dude, think of all the donkey videos he's in. Dude.
Oh my god, that's so true.
Those videos are even better now because it's just
Do you
Donkey
guys-
beating him at Smash.
Do you guys know who Alpha Rat is?
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Do you hear
Smash
that he's
YouTuber.
dropping? Yeah, he's dropping out of the Smash community. He's like, I'm done.
Why?
Cause all the stuff that was going on, apparently he was close to a lot of the people that got accused and it just hit him super hard, which is understandable. I don't know if it's still true, but I did hear from multiple people. I don't
It's weird to
have
me that
Twitter and
somebody would
check
be
it, but-
It's weird to me that somebody would be like, other people did shitty things. I'm gonna stop playing a game I like. Later, nerds.
I mean,
I don't know.
he'll play it with his close friends, but I don't think he's gonna be attending tournaments and stuff like that anymore. That kind of dropping out, the competitive stuff he's just done.
Yeah, I'm sure he can still make a bunch of videos on whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, the environment for Smash has to change, right? So I still don't. Yeah, I don't know.
Eventually,
He can do whatever he
maybe
wants.
he'll
I just
come
mean
back.
it feels like a weird decision to make, and when people are actively trying to rid the community of that stuff and improve it, and then they're like, some stuff happened and people got outed. I'm out of here.
Yeah, that kind of sounds suspicious when you put it that
it's
way.
a little sus. I don't know what
He's
the thought
gonna
process behind
yee
that
before he gets caught, right? Omega
Yeah.
Lul.
I mean, I hope that's
get
not
out
the
before
case,
you get
but
got.
man, that's.
Isn't he's been married for a couple years, hasn't he?
I doubt he's done anything. He barely went to
Yeah.
Smash tournaments in the first place. He just made a bunch of videos.
Yeah, he made really good videos though. Maybe he'll switch over to Mario videos. I like Mario videos.
He made some Paper Mario stuff recently.
I'm gonna
on
watch
his,
the guy who tasses Mario Paper Edition since U4. If I'm gonna watch Paper Mario stuff. What is his name? Strider 7, something like that. The other thing on the dock was I put in a thought, which was names of your characters of video games you named as a kid, which was mainly just a story I saw the other day where a guy was talking about he would name all his Final Fantasy VII characters after his crush. You ever do anything like that? Come on, guys, admit it here on stream.
When I used to play Pokemon, I would name my Pokemon off people I knew in real life, and then I would kill them.
Oh, you would
No,
say
I
to
took
the wild.
I think I took a way more inappropriate stance on this because you know how I always did this in Zelda games or Pokemon games. I'd name it something like butt or something stupid because when it has those dialogue options where it says your name, it just always turns out hilarious.
You know what? Yeah. Okay. You know what I would actually do? I'd name my Pokemon Dad, and then I go to the Pokemon machine and release them into the wild.
Oh god, dude.
Are you sure you want to say goodbye to Dad forever?
Dad, no.
I would if you gave me a chance.
Dude, you could do like a whole themed Pokemon team, like Dad, store, milk, cigarettes. Other dad-themed sadness. Sadness could be the other one.
Depression. Anxiety.
Why?
Oh no. Did you guys see the you can pre-order Marvel Avengers? Or the Marvel Avengers game on Steam? It's up for sale now.
That's
Interesting.
the one that's like what's that? Diablo? Kind of like Diablo, in that it's a top-down thingy.
No,
Did you
it's
ever-
like an adventure game.
Bro, I've never played those games.
I know what you're
It's the
talking about,
first
Level
one.
9. I played those on the GameCube all the time when that was the thing.
What?
There's like a top-down Marvel game.
Yeah, it was like around the
Oh,
release of the Wii.
I know what you're talking about. I had those too. Those were the Marvel Alliance games.
Yes, dude,
I
Marvel.
thought a new
Alliance.
one of those was coming out. Is it not?
Yeah,
Look at what
I can find the
Marvel
link
Avengers
and I mean, oh wow, I didn't even realize this game's coming out that soon. The Marvel game or the Avengers game is coming out September 4th.
What is
and
this,
it
like
says
a
it's an
third-person adventure
RPG.
game?
It says it's supposed to be an RPG, but I'm gonna say I'm gonna press X to doubt. Dude, so many things are labeled as RPGs now that like actually aren't RPGs.
I mean, as Foptop said earlier, everything is an RPG. You have to know this.
As long as I roleplay as the Hulk, it's an RPG. All right.
Yeah, dude.
Those are the
Apparently, there's a
rules.
Dragon Ball Z game called Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Yeah,
heck is
it's
this?
really bad.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really bad.
That's funny because
It's
I
got
thought
Steam.
I heard
It's
the
got good
opposite.
Steam reviews.
I heard
Oh,
the opposite.
really?
It was actually really good.
When I watched like an hour or two of somebody play it, it looks so bad.
Well, it's
Like-
weird because it's basically one of those Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi games, but like it's not multiplayer really, and you just play a single player campaign, but like all of the gameplay is just fucking Budokai Tenkaichi against NPCs.
I mean,
From
that's
what
what
I
I did
saw.
with Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I just played that game's story over and over again when I was like 17. That was
Those games are kind of bullshit if you actually try to play against other people.
well. Those games
Oh
are
yeah.
they're bullshit in that way, and also the characters. They have like 150 characters, but 90% of them are all the same character, which, I mean, I guess is what you have to do if you want to have 150 characters in your game.
Dude, there's so many games that are labeled as RPGs that like aren't.
No, Peter, you're not listening to what me and Foptop say. Everything's an RPG.
On a slightly more serious note, I think it's because if you throw any sort of leveling system into a game, suddenly
It's
they're
an
like,
RPG.
oh, it's an RPG, you can level up. But it's not.
Yo,
I
you
don't
have
know.
a
What is the
skill tree
definition of
RPG?
RPG anyways? Let me look this up. Google.
I mean, when you think of the
Role
classic
playing game.
Yeah, it's hard to like think things are RPGs when you played like all the classics, like you know, like Baldur's Gate, like Neverwinter Nights, stuff like that.
I mean, we have a person in here whose Twitch name is named after a RPG, and his name is Foptop.
What? My name's not named after an RPG.
I wanted to say Nervous, but he's not actually called Nervous in the stream.
Wait, is that named after?
I don't know if he wants to say that or not. It doesn't even sound like he's here. He probably dipped
Wait,
out.
what is-
hours ago.
James.
What's up, man?
What's the
We-
nervous name based on?
It's from a place under Zio's Castle in Phantasy Star 4.
there
Fantasy
you go.
Star 4.
That's an RPG on the Genesis?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was also on the whatever the other one was called, the Mega Drive.
Master System?
Sega Genesis, Sega Saturn, Microsoft Windows.
Okay.
Oh, it was on the Wii? Oh, it must have been like
Okay, you could
emulated.
play it through that collection.
Yeah. Oh, it's a JRPG.
I think most things would have been JRPGs back then.
Dude, I think I cracked the code.
What's
Wizards 101?
Wait, I'm reading a fucking article about what makes an RPG an RPG.
Obviously, skill trees.
I think it's like if you make decisions like you're the main character of the story, you're kind of like assuming the role of that character, so that's might be what makes it an RPG. That along with
I'm playing Mario 64.
All right, here. Have you guys ever played Borderlands?
Yeah.
Do you guys know those are? Did you know those are apparently RPGs?
Yeah, those are like loot slooters RPGs.
They like aren't RPGs though, because you're like, yeah, there's like side quests and you can choose not to do them, but like if you do them, it literally changes nothing. Like you can't change the aspects of what goes on in the story or anything. It's really just like an action game where you have an option to take a quest or not. And I feel like that's, yeah.
I think that's the definition of a bad RPG, but I think it might still count as one. You have levels and stuff. What?
Yeah, I would agree there. Where like it's just an action game with RPG elements. I feel like the definition of RPGs becomes so loose.
Well, yeah,
it's because it's like a marketing word at this point. Like if you put the three letters R, P, and G like next to each other, you're gonna sell like a gajillion copies.
Yeah, that's.
I do feel like there should be some narrative control to the player to actually call it an RPG.
I mean, it's hard to find games like that now.
I want to go back to my example. Like Mario 64. You have all the control you ever want. You play as Mario. It's a Mario RPG. Mario 64.
If you really think about it, Melee is really an RPG.
Honestly.
I mean, it is. You get to choose which event
you're going to play. Whenever I play Jigglypuff, I roleplay as if I am Jigglypuff, and then it becomes an RPG.
I am really excited for Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I'm definitely getting that right as it comes out.
Did you ever play? Are they gonna have online multiplayer? Because I love playing Baldur's Gate. Like on the
original
GameCube,
ones
I
have
always play
multiplayer.
Baldur's Gate with my friends.
Yeah, dude, I was playing some multiplayer on the original Baldur's Gate, and that stuff is so jank compared to like the modern like isometric RPGs. It's like once you like talk to any NPC, everybody in your party is just like, my game's paused. It just freezes the entire game whenever somebody wants to talk to an NPC.
You think Divinity is a good RPG for multiplayer, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm actually about to do another playthrough of it. My friends want to do like a modded playthrough of Divinity.
It's very long too.
Yes, it took, I don't know, it's like an 80-hour game.
Dude, more bang for your buck.
For real.
Last step, it's going to be an 80-hour RPG.
It's also like a game you can get on GOG. So honestly, like I don't understand why so many devs are so anal. Like they think if they put something out on GOG, they're gonna lose a ton of money. I forgot who said it. I think it was like one of the developers from Titanfall said that like pirating isn't like an issue of people wanting to steal your product. It's like an issue of like your distribution of your product or like how you make your product available.
Yeah, if you make it available everywhere, I don't think there's a big like piracy concern because you have more outreach.
Well, the thing is people are gonna pirate your game. They're gonna pirate it. They're not gonna pay for it. You're not getting that sale regardless because these people are just gonna look for free shit. You know?
Yeah, that's
not
a good
even.
point.
It's not necessarily a sale lost. I mean,
corporations.
Yeah, they weren't gonna buy your game anyways. Yeah.
Stores and stuff have a percentage of loss they just account for, and they can do away with everything. So maybe you should look at your game sales like that. Just know somebody's gonna pirate some shit.
The trick is you have to put in some meme shit that makes the game slightly different for if you pirate it. So you're just trolling the people who pirate it.
Dude, I think it's really something like that.
I'm not sure. There's a bunch of games that have had stuff like that. Just like really creative.
Cuphead, you would like spawn into the devil's area, and the devil would like scream, "You should have bought the game, kid," or something like that.
So you almost get done, and then it just cucks you.
Yeah,
that's brutal.
I think the Earthbound one. Earthbound has something like that where you can get to the very end of the game and they're like, "Hey, you should have bought the game." It deletes your save.
Dang. Yo, do you guys ever play Undertale?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I ever
Isn't it
beat
on
it.
Switch?
Yeah, it
It's
should
not on
be.
everything. I mean, Undertale Dev worked on the Pokemon game. Surely they put his game on the Switch. Or they let him do
I
it.
think Undertale's like Minecraft at this point. You can find it on any system.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I never played it. I just knew it was a good meme.
You've never played it? It's worth a
Nah.
play.
I mean, I'll
I don't
play
know
through
if
it
it is
eventually.
now. If you know everything about it, and there's like,
Oh, I don't know everything about it. I just know
Okay.
the memes. Like, "Ee,
It's a good
oh,
game.
we're gonna have a bad time.
I thought it was creative in how it dealt with combat.
There's this one RPG that I've like been waiting to go on a good sale. I don't know who develops it. I think it might be Larian Studios even, or the people that made No, wait, who made this? It's called Disco Elysium. I don't know if you guys heard about that game.
yeah, Dizzy keeps talking about that.
It's kind of like what I heard. It's kind of like a cyberpunk, like isometric RPG. I think.
Looks interesting.
I've seen it. I just like it's just too
I just-
expensive, and it
I don't
hasn't,
like games that
been on
control
sale.
like that.
Like the top-down stuff.
Yeah, it looks like it.
It should
Well,
be like
actually, I don't
Baldur's
know.
Gate. From what I know, it's supposed to be like Baldur's Gate.
Like that, it's fine, I suppose.
Hey guys, I'm gonna step away for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Wow, he's stepping away from his own podcast. Shake my head.
Yeah, I'm not
hate
coming
this
back.
dude.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'll be right back.
But he just said he wasn't coming back. Oh my god. There's so many mixed messages here.
You played Hades at all?
Hades?
Yeah.
What is that another
ever
like
played,
isometric?
No, it's kind of like a roguelike.
Oh,
Have you ever
I
played
just looked it up.
Bastion?
Oh, I've seen Bastion. I've never played it. but
Okay,
I've
so
seen the
it's
gameplay.
basically Bastion combat, but it's a roguelike game, and you play Hades, the son of... Or no, you don't play... You play Zagreus, the son of Hades. And it's like all set in the Greek mythology world, and you're trying to escape the underworld.
Kind of, yeah.
Really fucking good.
It looks cool.
It's still
I've
in
heard the
beta, so I
Bastion
think they're
combat is
still
very
adding a
good.
bunch. Yeah, they're like still adding a bunch to it, but the combat's like really, really entertaining and fun.
You know, I might
I
wait
just wish
until
there's
it's
like
done.
more to the game. Yeah, that might be a good idea. Because the game
Because
doesn't.
I don't know if you
feel,
guys played
like,
Risk of Rain
spooky.
2. Did you?
I
Did you ever
have.
play Risk of Rain?
I love Risk of Rain 2, but I played it too much in the beginning, and now like it'd be cool to go back and like play it with all the new shit, but I'll never have that same spark again.
Dude, that's exactly how I felt. Like, I tried picking it up again. I bought it on my Switch for like $15 because it was like on sale, and I was playing through it, and I was just like, dude, this game is fun, and I can only play it for long before I like had to put it back down, just because it's like when I first got it, it was like pretty early access, like even before like a new Survivor came out. Like,
Same.
yeah,
Talking about Dead by Daylight.
Risk
No,
of
we're
Rain
talking about Risk
2.
of Rain 2.
Oh, okay.
Dude,
Oh, yeah,
I
well, I mean,
legit
that's
put
awesome.
like I legit put like 100 hours in that game the first like month.
Me and Dizzy got in on it on the free weekend,
And
and
I tried to get everybody to play when it released, and nobody wanted to.
It's really
it looked
good.
Weird.
It's probably one of the best.
To be
like,
fair, I had played Risk of Rain 1, so I already knew like
Same.
I was getting into a quality experience.
Risk of Rain
I
1
played
was
See,
on
I
really
wasn't a
good.
fan of a
100%.
Risk of Rain 1.
The only problem I
Risk
had
of
with
Rain
Risk
1
of
is
Rain 1 was
hard.
like, it was a good game, but it was hard to connect to your friends because you had to like port forward your router and shit. There wasn't like an easy connect option. You had to port forward your router and give your friend your IP. That was how you connect.
I
So it's
think
like-
a big problem with that game too is just like this is at least how I felt. I felt like the game wasn't fun without the artifacts. So like you play like a good portion of like the game without the artifacts until you can like unlock some shit.
True. Game's also a joke if you just play Hunter.
True. Hunter is OP.
I mean, the same thing is true of Risk of Rain 2, but you know.
Risk of Rain 2, there was like a meta for like a while where Hunter was like the worst, or the Huntress was like the worst character for like a while.
Dude, I love
And then they just buffed Huntress like like this like last patch, like a thing like a couple months ago.
Is that the artifact patch?
Yeah, the artifacts patch. Yeah, they buffed.
Really like that game now. It's a lot of fun.
I should play it sometime, man.
Yeah, I'm completely down to play with
you.
you.
It's a lot more fun with friends.
Yeah, me and Dizzy were playing like every night at one point.
Does James play?
No, he doesn't have it.
James plays Realm of the Mad God and Yu-Gi-Oh! He would still play H1Z1 if the servers didn't shut down.
Bro, he was playing H1Z1 yesterday.
Oh, I don't know if the server shut down. I just assued.
I did indeed play yesterday.
Were there people online though? Steam?
I had a game with 10 other players.
Wow.
Could you believe it?
Is H1Z1 not on Steam anymore?
It should be.
I think it lost developer support though.
Yeah, Daybreak was like a Russian mob money laundering scheme or something like that.
Foptop, did you play Battalion?
I did.
It's not,
dude. That game went like if you pull up Z1 on Steam charts, sitting at like 120, 140 players. Battalion has like 9.
You know
like,
why?
I don't know.
Right?
No, I actually don't. Do you?
Yeah, I know exactly why. First, and probably the biggest reason is Valorant exists now. So nobody's going to play Battalion when they could just play Valorant instead. And second, I believe that people really liked it at first, and then the developers released a like content patch to like fix some of the problems with the game, and I think that like ruined the experience for a lot of people. Also, I don't know. There were probably other issues that people had with it, but I think their balance patch was just whack as shit, so people stopped playing. But like, I really think it's just because of Valorant. Like, nobody's gonna play anything but like Counter-Strike because it's the OG, and Valorant because it's the new kid on the block for that genre. And then Valorant's really fun.
I know
so I get it.
Warzone's doing really well.
Yeah,
Warzone's also a different genre.
Well, if it doesn't rootkit your computer, I'll play it.
That's kind of how I feel. I really don't want to download it just because
I'm just like not that into that genre of game. I don't like the slow-paced shooters. Like, I like Overwatch and shit like TF2 or like Quake. The stuff that has like high movement and it's more fast-paced and you can do some silly shit. Like, I don't know. It's just me.
I agree.
Like, I would play some Quake right now. It's just
I wish Quake still had a fucking community.
Dude, it's so sad that Quake Champions was like dead before it even released.
It was such a good game, too.
I liked it.
Really good game.
I got into the beta for that. Right? I got into the beta and I played a little bit of it. And then a couple months went by and I had heard it was dying really bad. And the devs just sent me a key. They were like, so we heard you played this game, right? Here, man, why didn't you come back? And I was like, oh man, it's doing bad if they're just giving out keys.
Yeah, to like random small streamers and stuff.
I don't think they knew I was a streamer.
They just gave you a key?
Yeah, they just gave me a key because I was in the beta.
Oh my god.
Like, that's how bad that was doing.
Dang, there's some cool stuff on the Steam sale. Or like, not Steam sale, but like there's just some cool stuff on sale on Steam right now. See Pillars of Eternity's like $20 with all. It is good. I played it on Switch.
There's a second one coming out soon, right? Or not?
It already is out.
Oh, it is out. Okay, then.
Yeah, you can get the collection. The collection comes with the first game with all the expansions and the second game with all the expansions for like $40.
I was watching Angriest Pat play that a few years ago.
That's a good game.
Pillars, yeah.
I played their other one. I played a little bit of Tyranny, which is another like isometric game that they made, and I didn't like it as much. It was very confusing.
Is that Obsidian?
Yeah, it's an Obsidian. It's an Obsidian game.
Who's the one who made Wildlands? Not Wildlands. Outlands. The space
Outlands?
Fallout game.
Oh, was it the Outer Worlds?
Outer Worlds. That's what it was.
Yeah, they're also the same people that did that. But All right, so it's kind of misleading when you like talk about Obsidian Entertainment because like there's so many like divisions within that company. Because if you like actually look at like all their games on Steam, like
well, they're huge.
It's so widespread among like genres. It's just like when you like look at Pillars of Eternity and then you look at their other games and you're like, yeah, I kind of doubt the same developers made that, like the same group of people, to be more specific.
Who owns them? Is that a Bethesda company?
Obsidian, no, they aren't owned by Bethesda, but they have done stuff with Bethesda.
Okay.
Sometimes Bethesda will like outsource the development of the game.
Yeah, they did a Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, that's why it was New Vegas instead of like Fallout 4 or something.
Yeah, New Vegas, like arguably the best Fallout game.
Dude, it was the best Fallout game. Especially
I don't know if dude, the originals are good too. I don't know if you played like 1 and 2, but
oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Sorry.
I was wondering what happened, dude.
I was scrolling through another Discord and I clicked something.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah, I remember the days of like when Hunter's family would go out of town. I would just take my 360 over there and just plug it into their huge living room TV and just play New Vegas for hours.
Oh boy. Dude, New Vegas is such a good game.
I modded it a little bit and it made the experience wonderful on PC.
Yeah, like I put like a few good hours, or actually I think I have like 70 hours in New Vegas, and I just like did light modding, like quality of life stuff.
I remember there was this one weekend in high school where like my mom had to go, I think she went to like some training thing, some like teacher camp or something. And she left me alone for the weekend, and she bought me like a bunch of like frozen food and Hot Pockets and shit. And I didn't do. I was like completely alone for the whole weekend, and I didn't do shit except for play New Vegas. So I would literally like day to night just be eating Hot Pockets and playing New Vegas.
Wow,
dude, that's a gamer's dream.
It was a good fucking weekend, man. I've remembered that one for a while. I don't know why it stuck with me. I think it's because I beat all the DLC for New Vegas, and the DLC for New Vegas is really fucking good.
New Vegas is like actually just a gem. I don't know if we're gonna see another Fallout game like that ever.
Probably not, especially with the direction it's been going with the Fallout
76, right?
Yeah, Fallout 76 and Fallout 4 were huge
Bethesda.
disappointments.
Bethesda,
Bethesda's
like,
been slowly like killing their games, man. They used to have like deep RPG elements, and they're like,
dude, Morrowind was like the last good,
accessible.
like the last good like Elder Scrolls. It's not like I didn't enjoy
Oblivion
like
was good,
Oblivion. It's not like I didn't enjoy Oblivion or Skyrim, but like they just weren't the same experience as like something like Morrowind.
Agreed.
It's hard to go back to Morrowind now though, just because like
it does not hold up as well because it's one of those RPGs that doesn't tell you shit, and you have to figure out everything on your own through context.
And the journal in that game is so terrible. Like just when you want to keep track of your quests and stuff, like your journal is like written like an actual journal, as in like on this day of summer west, I talked to a girl. And you're like, I wonder what this quest is.
It does get you really into it, though. If you
it is a good experience, but it's just like the UI and just the quest logging in that game just makes it hard to go back to.
Surely there's mods for it now, though.
Oh, there are mods
I bet.
to make it way better. Like I played it not too recently. I didn't finish the game or anything, but I got pretty far into it, and I don't think I would have made it anywhere if I didn't get mods to like make the experience more enjoyable.
I just am hoping that the new Elder Scrolls 6 will be okay. Or their new IP Starfield.
That's from them? Starfield
hasn't come out yet.
No, I know, but I mean, like, I didn't know
that's Bethesda. It's supposed to be like a space RPG. But then again, like, dude, if Cyberpunk comes out, like, every game is dead. Like, every game's just dead.
What if Cyberpunk sucks?
Like, think about it. Has CD Projekt Red ever, like, released something bad?
No. Just look at The Witcher 3, man. The Witcher 3 was a gem.
What was the other thing they made? I'm thinking of Ruiner, and that's because, like, people from CD Projekt Red was on that. Ruiner is good ass game. I'll talk about Ruiner all day, every day.
Pretty much CD Projekt Red has only made the Witcher games, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah,
Pretty sure it's
Gwent was
only
kind
The
of Gwent wasn't as big as they thought it would be.
Well, I mean, you live in a world with Triple Triad from Final Fantasy VIII, which is the same game.
Dude, I swear every franchise that gets like popular is just like, all right, guys, it's time to make a trading card game.
Hey, Gwent existed before the. Well, I mean, not before the trading card phase, right? But Gwent was just popular because it was in the game. It was popular enough to like warrant a spin-off, I guess. I actually have a friend who will play the Witcher games, and he'll get a certain way through, and then he'll just ignore the fucking story and go on a Gwent quest, and like that's all he does. He just plays Gwent. Funnily enough, he did not like the Gwent game.
Wait, so is it bad? Like, is it different than the main game?
Well, it's literally just the
No,
card
I
game.
understand it's like it's only the card game, but did they change everything from it being only cards?
I have no idea because I've never played it.
Okay. Anyway, you can just play Triple Triad in Final Fantasy VIII, and that probably satisfy you forever. You can walk up to Ultima after you beat her in like Disc 2 or 3, and then immediately play cards with her. That's how good Triple Triad. Are you guys ready to wrap it up now?
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
When
it's been
tired
fun.
and hungies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go put some taquitos in the oven, you know.
Taquitos!
We want to talk about...
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
No, I don't care about that. That's stupid. Fuck, I'm trying to say where to find us. Where to find us, guys. Peter, if people want to hear more from you, where would they find you?
They can find me at my home address, 555 John Doe Avenue.
Okay. Get those pencils and pads out, even if you're driving.
Yeah, don't forget.
Especially if you're driving.
Especially if you're driving.
Yes. Don't
Okay.
forget, guys, texting and driving's illegal, but riding and driving's not. I don't
Yeah.
think.
You have a good point there, Mr. Peter. But seriously, do you have like a Twitch, or do you plan on ever returning to social media?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe one day. I don't know. I don't have like a social media platform really, like other than like my personal stuff. But I mean, I
so
have
people-
I have twitch.tv/BeterBan, but I rarely log on to it and haven't streamed in like almost 2 years.
Now listen here, everybody. Now that he said that, he's gonna stream tomorrow.
Yeah, we're
Hold him
streaming
to it.
tomorrow, boys.
Yeah, tomorrow, 2 weeks ago, when this podcast comes out.
2 weeks? God.
We didn't want to do it every week because James already hates it. Look at him. He's not even here.
I'm right here.
I've never seen you before in my life. And
I've never seen this man.
I thought it would be really hard to get like guests and stuff. So giving him like a notice would be easier than going a week at a time. That was me being a fool, I suppose. But
I mean, I'd be down to do this more often, but obviously my schedule is
yeah, it's
a little different than
iffy.
yours.
I
What
mean,
did
I
you
work
use
those
the
banker
ones?
hours, so everything kind of lines up to the weekend now.
To be fair, this whole COVID situation is really giving me them degen hours, so...
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah!
Delete your Alliance character and play Horde with me.
Foptop,
What's up?
you gotta Twitter, you gotta place the people can find you.
I got a Twitch, twitch.tv/Foptop that I stream at from time to time, but not very often.
I've been waiting for you to stream again for almost 3 years.
Not 3 years, actually, because I streamed myself doing some AoE grinding not too long ago.
That's right. You
Yeah,
were
I
doing
remember
that when WoW came out, weren't you? Or Classic WoW.
No, it was not too long ago. It was like a month ago,
Really,
maybe,
yeah.
maybe just a couple of weeks.
I'm
'Cause
gonna
I do
go.
this thing where like I have a mage that's 60 now, and I'll pull like a whole dungeon and then just kill it in one go, and I sell the runs for gold to people who want to like level super fast. It's basically boosting.
Okay. Well, so Don't want to plug your Twitter or anything like that?
Nah, I don't use any social media anymore. I just get on games and get on Discord and shoot the shit with people.
Okay. I mean, that's what this podcast is here for.
Yeah, perfect, you know?
Yeah. Himegoto. Places we can find you.
You can go to onlyfans.com.
Oh shit! Yo, writing this
Big
down.
juicy feet.
Ooh,
For some big juicy feet pics.
been waiting for James to drop the OnlyFans, man.
Yeah.
Yo, I just
was
typed that
keeping on
in.
the download for a while, but
Dude,
you know.
the other day when you told us to go to jamesfeet.com or something like that, and it ended up being a real website, that was peak comedy.
Dark times, dark times.
What was it? Onlyfans.com/juicyfeet?
It was twitch.tv/nervous. That's NURVUS for all of your feet needs.
Feet
Doc should
and
be live
meat.
on there in like 10 to 15 minutes.
Wow, 2 weeks ago? You're gonna stream 10 to 15 minutes 2 weeks ago, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotta make sure next Tuesday
Okay.
or next Tuesday that I'm streaming around this time
Yeah.
or Sunday, whichever day.
So you got your Twitch, you want to plug your Twitter, YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, youtube.com/c/Himegoto.
TD
For Realm of the Mad God stream highlights.
I mean, those the stream highlights are really good. There.
Thanks to Astrodex. Burger King foot. Go ahead.
I was just going to say you can find me over at Twitch. It's twitch.tv/level9. I still have not streamed since the last time I did a podcast, which is very telling of what you can find at that channel. I did, however, make a channel trailer, which is probably the worst thing you'll ever see. Go watch it, everybody.
Stonks.
You can catch me at Twitter. I'm constantly losing and gaining Twitter followers. So it's appreciated that you follow and then immediately leave to give me some form of hope. That is at level9 on Twitter. We'll have the podcast up on hopefully Spotify and iTunes by the next time the next episode comes out. Yeah, I'm putting this shit on everything.
Going all the way
If you want to sponsor the podcast, hit me up. Just don't look at my Twitter too hard when you're trying to hit me up for that sponsor.
Yeah, don't look in his history, guys. Nope.
I follow 700 people. I can't really keep track of what all of them are doing or saying. So that's on them, not me.
Don't check his likes.
I only like masterpieces of art. And,
Whoa. I'm looking right now. Dude, you should really make
face?
an alt account.
Yeah, that's...
You gotta really make an alt account for this kind of stuff, Austin.
You're doing some questionable stuff on main level 9.
Main, I'm not horny on main, I promise.
Yeah, only on OnlyFans.
Only on
Oh, yeah.
OnlyFans. I did tell somebody I had an OnlyFans account today, but it's not true. Don't
Dang.
believe them. I have a Pornhub account. I'm classy. You can definitely find that at Pornhub/level9. Which an extra,
With
yeah,
an extra level.
it's level 10. Get it right. I think that's gonna do it for us. Unless you guys have something to add. I take that beautiful silence as no. We'll catch you next week. Yeah, see
Thanks
you
for having
guys
us.
later on the next episode of the Not Very Good with Words podcast featuring level.